Welcome to Kalos's Gaming Table. I am Kalos. We're nearing the end of the light battle mechs from Technical Readout 3025, but we're not quite there yet. Today we're going to talk about a famous 35-ton KGT mech, who is fast and pretty tough for a light mech, but still packs a punch. Today we'll talk about one of my favorite light mechs. We're going to talk about the Draconis Combine's JR. The JR was designed and built by the Draconis Combine, and the JR-7A marched off the assembly lines in 2779. It was a fast, fairly well-armed and armored mech built for rapid strikes and recon. For over 50 years, the Draconis Combine kept complete control over the production of the JR. During the Succession Wars, the JR was a mainstay of the DCMS, seen in many engagements, its speed and jumping allowing it to move into position, unload its weapons, and then get away. JRs were produced heavily until the main factory was destroyed in 2848, but by then so many JRs had been manufactured, most DCMS battalions had at least one. Other star nations did their best to acquire the JR for its utility, usually through battlefield salvage. In order to better protect JR production, the Combine started building a new factory on Luthien, but that took time, and it wasn't completed until 3046. After the Helm Memory Core was provided to the Combine, the JR was one of the first recipients of that lost Starleague tech. The JR has seen action since its creation and exists all the way into the Ill Clan era. Despite it being released shortly before Kerensky's Exodus, at least one functional model was, procured, which eventually led to the JR 2C. Now, what is all the fuss about the JR? For a light mech, it's fast, has decent armor, and can hit above its weight. It costs around 3.2 million C-bills, or 875 battle value. That makes it a cost-effective mech, able to scout, do some damage, and get out. The original JR-7A JR was armed with a single large laser. Sure, it could hit at targets out at 15 hexes away, but if that large laser was knocked out, the JR was all but out of the fight. 12 heatsinks meant that the JR-7A could keep cool even when jumping. Its movement profile of 7-11-5 meant it could get into trouble, but also get out when things got dicey. The JR-7D is probably the most common JR model out there, first seen battle in 2785. The large laser was dropped, and instead it was armed with 4 medium lasers and an SRM-4 with a single ton of ammo. It kept the same movement profile of 7-11-5, but did lose a couple of heatsinks, dropping it to 10. That meant the JR-7D can hit hard for its weight, but heat becomes an issue. Unless it has a target dead to rights, alpha striking was a risky proposition. 4 tons of armor protect the JR-7D, but it's not a brawler. It gets in, slices up armor with the medium lasers, and then hopefully blasts some juicy internals with the SRMs, and then gets out. Now the JR does not have hands or lower arm actuators, so it can flip its arms and blast anything that tries to get in its rear arc. It can also punch, but without lower arm actuators and hands, it'll only do 2 points of damage for each successful punch. The JR can kick, however, and it will deal 7 points of damage if the kick lands. Sure, if the JR misses the kick, it will force a PSR, but if the kick does land, then it will force a PSR on the target, and if there's existing damage, it can force a crit check or possibly remove the leg. Now, because the Great Houses are not able to leave anything alone, the JR has got a lot of updates, some more popular than others. In 2784, the JR-7F debuted. It kept the 4 medium lasers, but dropped the SRM-4 and ammo, as well as added 3 additional tons of armor. It kept the same 7-11-5 movement profile, but no longer had to worry about possible ammo explosion. The additional armor meant that the JR-7F could also take more of a beating before having to withdraw. The JR-7K received some upgrades, courtesy of the Helm Memory Core. It kept the JR-7D's SRM-4 and 4 medium lasers, but its armor was upgraded to ferrofibrous. It incorporated case for the SRM ammo, meaning an ammo explosion would not completely destroy the mech. The JR-7C was built from the JR-7K chassis, but dropped one of the medium lasers and added a C3 slave unit. This allowed the mobile JR to provide targeting data to his C3 master. If you want some additional spice added to your JR, you'll love the JR-7C2, which debuted in 3071. The JR-7C2 dropped all the standard weapons of your classic JR and ran around with 3 MML5s with 2 tons of SRM ammo and 1 ton of LRM ammo. If you want it to be really interesting, sub out one of the tons of SRM ammo for Inferno rounds, and it's a party. The armor was upgraded to ferrofibrous, and an XL engine was thrown in for good measure. One additional jump jet gave the JR-7C2 a movement profile of 7-11-6. A C3 slave allowed the JR-7C2 to give targeting data to other units in the Lance. The JR-7C3 was a beefed-up JR-7F. The 4 medium lasers were upgraded to ER medium lasers. 11 double heat sinks gave the JR-7C3 the ability to run, fire all the ER mediums, and not have to worry about heat. It kept the same movement profile, 7-11-5, but also added a C3 slave. The Jenner continued to see use well into the Dark Age. The JR-7N took advantage of a lot of the advanced tech from that era. It was built similar to the JR-7C3. It kept the 4 ER medium lasers, but added the SRM-4 pack back to the mix. Updating to an XL engine also meant that it was able to add 2 additional jump jets, giving it a movement profile of 7-11-7. With the Beagle Active Probe, the JR-7N could also scan for hidden targets. 11 double heat sinks allowed the JR-7N to be a bit more generous with its weapons fire, but it still had to keep an eye on heat, especially if it jumped around. If this video is your cup of tea, let me know by liking, subscribing, leaving me some comments below, and share the video. My channel is slowly growing, but every new interaction helps. You can also follow me on Bluesky, where I post paint jobs, updates to the channel, and general shenanigans. If you're in a position to more substantially support my channel, you can also click on my Ko-fi link below. I thank you for all the support that you give me. Now, back to the video. The Jenner is a FASA original, not being based off any existing designs from any of the licensed art they were using. The original design was interesting, all leg apparently, but I am really digging the updated CGL version. The Jenner is a fantastic addition to any Lance. If you want to add a Jenner to your force, you can pick one up through Ironwood Metals. The Jenner can also be found in the Inner Sphere Striker Lance, where it is joined by a Blackjack, Panther, and Wolfhound. This is a rare pack as it has 3 light mechs and a single medium. The Inner Sphere Striker Lance can be picked up at your friendly local game store, or just about anywhere else that you can buy Battletech. You might get lucky enough to score a Jenner through a salvage box, but don't bet the Lance on getting a Jenner that way. If you just want to get the Jenner as a single plastic, you can order it through an online store such as Ares Games and Miniatures and Fortress Miniatures and Games. I'm a big fan of the Jenner. It's got speed, can punch above its weight, and has enough armor to take some hits. Jump jets give it the ability to reposition quickly or get out of dodge when things get hot. For my playstyle, I do prefer the JR-7F as it drops the SRM launcher and adds some armor. I'm pretty sure I'll also love the JR-7C3 as it has 4 ER medium lasers, double heat sinks, but does not have an XL engine. What are your thoughts on the Jenner? Do you have a favorite build? Is it Kuretan trash, destined to be destroyed, or is it a must-have in most lists? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.